everyone. I'm so glad that I can be with you today, even though I'm not with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to model how to write the structural adaptation paragraph. What I want you to have in front of you is your information. So you have your graphic organizer and have it turn to the adaptations page. And you also need the paper that I gave you yesterday where you're writing your rough draft. And you need that turned to the structural adaptation page, to section 2. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to model a paragraph for you. I'm not actually going to do an entire one whole animal. I'm going to pick and choose different animals, and I honestly am kind of making this up. So don't write exactly what I'm writing. You have to write it for your animal. Okay? And feel free to change your words around and to be creative with words in any way that you want to. So here I go. So the first topic sentence, I don't want to list any structural adaptations. And the topic sentence looks very much like the conclusion of our introduction sentence. So I'm going to write the structures of the, and I'm just going to do a line because you're going to write whatever you want there. The structures of the blank. Allow it to thrive in the, and now here I'm going to put Amazon, rainforest, but you could put canopy, you could just write rainforest, you could put rainforest of Madagascar, you could do whatever you want, however you want to put it, okay? So what I want you to do right now is I want you to press pause on me and I want you to write your introductory sentence, okay? All right. Okay, now that you're back, we're going to move on to the first sentence in the body of our paragraph, and we're going to list the first structural adaptation. So I'm going to start off with a word reference, and I'm going to write this long-haired mammal utilizes. That is a synonym for uses, but you can pick a different synonym, or you could do uses. Utilizes its opposable thumbs to grasp, oh, I spelled thumbs wrong, sorry, to grasp the leaves of a palm tree. Okay, so what I did is I started off and I used a word reference as my subject. You could do that too. And then I said how it uses or utilizes. There I have my structure, opposable thumbs, and then I say what it uses that structure for. So you really can just copy it right from your graphic organizer. All right, press pause and write your first sentence. Okay, we're on to our second adaptation. So it's really not good writing to repeat the same beginning, same subject. So I'm not going to start with the name of the animal. I'm actually going to start with what we call a participle. So it's a verb. So what's something, I'm going to write a verb. So swinging from tree to tree, you will find the blank, so that's the name of your animal, high in the understory. Okay? So right there I'm kind of saying something that the animal does. I did not tell the structures yet. I said something that it does. So you might be swimming through the Amazon River. You will find the blank. Or flying from tree to tree. Or climbing up a tree. Or hanging from a tree. Okay? So yours might be a little bit different. Crawling on the understory. Excuse me, crawling on the forest floor, you will find the blah, blah, blah. Say it how it makes sense to you. But now, see, this box has two sentences. So I'm going to do another sentence where I'm going to describe the structure and how it helps. So I'm going to write, it uses its long arms to hide high up there from predators. Okay? So notice I'm saying the action that the animal is doing, and then I'm saying the structure that helps it to do that action, and then how it helps it. Okay? So that might be like if you have some sort of a bird, you might say flying from tree to tree, you will find the bird high in the canopy. And then you would say it uses its wings to fly above and look for prey. So it's a little bit different. It might be for like a bird, for a fish, it could be like swimming through the Amazon River, you will find the blank. It uses its dorsal fin to help steer away from predators or steer to look for prey. Or to steer to swim quickly away from prey or something like that. Okay? All right, press pause and write your sentence. All right, so our third structure that we're going to do is we're going to start off by writing what the structure is. Okay? So I know that a lot of us have animals that can camouflage. Okay? So camouflage is the, I always spell that word wrong. Camouflage is the final structure, sorry, I just got interrupted by someone. Camouflage is the final structure that helps the blah, blah, blah survive in the rainforest. Okay? So the blah, 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 use a word reference, blends in, with the leafy green trees to hide from predators. Or it could be to hide from prey, right? If you're doing like a dark animal, like a panther, that is up at night, but camouflage is the final structure that helps the panther survive in the rainforest. This predator blends in with the dark night to sneak up on prey. You could do something like that. Press pause and write your next sentence, please. All right. Now, some of you have a fourth structural adaptation, so I want you to take some time to write that fourth structural adaptation. You could take one of these examples and you could just write one of those again, or you also might want to just write, or you might also just want to write it kind of like in your own way and be creative, okay? So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go and write the conclusion right now. So as I said yesterday, the conclusion is always going to kind of go back to the paragraph, what the topic is, which in this case it's structural adaptations, and then it moves to the next paragraph, which is behavioral adaptations. So a good conclusion is to do something like, not only does the blah, blah, blah have structural adaptations to help it survive, but it also has behavioral adaptations. Okay? And just watch out for saying the word survive so many times. You could use a different word, so I'm going to look it up right now. A synonym for survive could be live, endure, continue, stay alive, live on. I'm going to change it. Let me see. Watch this trick. You do synonyms, and then, I picked this one. Not only does the blank have structural adaptations to help it live on, but it also has behavioral adaptations. Okay? So press pause and write your conclusion sentence. All right, I hope this worked out. If it didn't, then I will help you tomorrow. Have a good day and behave.